guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Yesy. Welcome. So today's video is going to be a chatty, get ready with me first impressions. I have a whole bunch of new products that I did not buy. I actually went over to my friend's house, Jessi, and most of you guys know her, and she gave me a ton of makeup, some new, some that she just doesn't really use anymore. So I have a whole bunch of new stuff that's like new to me, and I just wanted to try it out on camera and chat with you guys and get ready. And yeah, let's talk about some new stuff. A lot of the stuff is not brand new to stores, it's just new to me. There's a couple of things that are not new, like my setting powder for my eyes. I didn't get anything new for that, so I'm just going to be using my regular Becca water powder that I always use. And I didn't have a new primer, so my face is already primed. And I filled in my brows just a little bit with a pencil because I do have a new brow product, but it's kind of like a powder, so I just kind of like filled them in with a pencil a little bit. But other than that, yeah, we have pretty much a full face of new products. Don't mind the breakout on my face. I was picking at my face and I scar super easily, so there you have it. All right, let's jump right into the video. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. Jessi gave me this, and she actually really loves this foundation. She uses it all the time. I've never tried it, so it's new to me. So let's go ahead and check this out. I don't know if it's going to be my right shade. I'm going to take a damp beauty sponge, dip that in there. Let's start buffing that in. Oh, it's a pretty good match. This foundation is pretty good. It doesn't feel too, like the scent of peach doesn't feel too strong, and it has pretty okay coverage. It's buildable. I'm not mad at it. It does look like it's going to be a little bit matte. It does claim to be oil-free, 14-hour wear, oil control, and photo friendly. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be setting this foundation like the entire thing. Let's move on to concealer. I'm going to be using this Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. I'm in the shade, well, this is the shade 2N. I didn't tell you guys, the shade that I used for the peach foundation was Warm Nude. So let's see. The color looks pretty good. I'm gonna prime my eyelids like I usually do. This looks like it's going to be pretty full coverage. It covered up pretty nicely, and I do like the color. So far so good. I kind of really like this concealer. Alright, so I'm just going to be setting my face with my Becca water powder. It's not what it's called. I'm always calling it the Becca water powder, but it's called, what is this called? The Set Refresh powder. I'm just gonna set a little bit where I put contour usually. I'm going to leave my lids a little bit tacky for the eyeshadow. This foundation is definitely matte, but not super matte that it's not uncomfortable. I think it would be a perfect foundation for somebody with dry skin, but they still want to look matte, they don't want to look dewy. If that makes sense, this would be a really good foundation. All right, so now we're gonna jump into the eyes. I don't know, I have 3 palettes here. I have the ColourPOP All I See Is Magic palette right here. Looks like this. Obviously, this is new to me. I've never tried it. Then we have the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. This is like the first one, I believe it is. But believe it or not, I never picked it up. I know a friend that had it that really liked it. And I know she came out with like a bigger palette, like a, I don't know, like a revamped palette. When Jessi gave it to me, I was super happy because I had never tried it, and these colors are really pretty and neutral, and there's like really pretty highlights in here. So I don't know, I think I might use a combination of these two. I also have this palette right here from the brand Pacifica. I believe it's like a vegan brand, but it has really pretty like peachy, pinky shades. So I think I'm gonna go with the ColourPOP palette, and I'll use the Carli Bybel palette for maybe like a highlight or something. All right, so I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. I'm not even gonna attempt to name it. I wanna say it's Go Wish, but you know, the names are in the back. I'm not going through that mission. So with a big fluffy, why can't I speak today? So with a big fluffy brush, we're gonna dip into that shade and use that as our transition shade. Now I'm gonna switch over to this brush and take this shade right here on the bottom and put that all over our crease, perhaps a little bit lower, but I want this shade everywhere. This is such a beautiful shade. Guys, I love ColourPOP shadows. Like, they're so inexpensive, they're so easy to blend and pigmented. Like, honestly, ColourPOP is one of my favorite brands. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do now is go into this shade right here. It's like this teal, but it has like it's like a dual chrome. It has a like red shift to it. I don't know, it's something super unique. So I'm gonna take that shade with my finger and put that all over our lid. I did not know I was gonna go this bold for this look, but that color spoke to me. I'm gonna take this Alaman brush and just kind of blend this out a little bit. I really love how the metallic blends with that other muted orange shade, because there is a kind of like a red shift to this color. I do want to deepen the outer corner a little bit, so I'm going to take this warm brown shade right here in the corner, dip my brush into it. I'm gonna go back into the first shade and blend out the edges. So I'm gonna dip back into that turquoise shade and just refresh the lid color. I'm gonna dip back into that muted orange shade and blend everything out. So now let's move on to the lower lash line. I'm gonna take that muted orange shade right there, run that on my lower lash line. And then just in the outer corners, I'm gonna take that warm brown shade that we used to deepen it up. I'm going to take this small e.l.f. brush and just blend that lower lash line out. So Jessi also gave me this Urban Decay liner. It's like this metallic gray brown. So I'm going to attempt to put that in my waterline and see how it looks. Does it even look like anything? Honestly, I don't even know if this liner did anything. Maybe it's just because it's like this like metallic weird brown color that it's not showing up. I mean, it shows them on my hand, as you can see right here, but it doesn't really do much to my lower lash line, so we're just gonna leave that as is. So now for inner corner highlight, I'm gonna take this metallic white shade right here. It has somewhat of a gold shift to it. Okay, that's a little bit bright. I dipped my brush too much into it. It does have a really pretty yellow sheen to it, so I'm not gonna swirl my brush in too much. Right, I'm gonna use that same shade on my brow bone. So I'm gonna throw on some mascara. That's obviously not new. I haven't gotten a new mascara, so alright, so the next new product we're gonna use is this Kat Von D brow powder. It is called the Brow Struck Dimension Powder. When you look at this, it has shimmer. It looks like an eyeshadow, but it's not an eyeshadow, it is a brow powder. And Kathleen Lights here on YouTube has talked about this powder. She says that she actually really likes it. So when Jessi gave me this product, I was like, let me test this out because I'm not really sure. So I'm not a big fan of brow powders. I really only use brow powder to cover my little white hairs that I have right here. For the most part, I use a brow pencil. So let's see if this is actually a good product and something that I'll continue to use. I kind of actually like this powder. The glitter does not show up in your brows whatsoever. I don't know if it's something I'll be reaching for on the regular, but maybe if I'm going to a special event and I really want my brows to last and stick and, I don't know, just be bold, I would definitely go ahead and use that. All right, so let's move on to the rest of the face. So I have two face palettes to use. I have this Morphe contour palette. What is it called? The Highlight and Contour palette. It is in the shade 8H. And then I have this Too Faced Natural Face palette. So I think I'm going to start off with the Morphe palette first because it has more contour shades. I think I'm going to go into the shade Donut right here with this Luxie brush. I actually really like that contour powder. Usually I don't really contour like crazy in the summer. I just bronze all over the place, but I did want to test out this palette. I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark for me because I think this is one of the darker palettes, but that first shade is actually a really good contour shade for me. I like it. So now I'm going to dip into the Natural Face palette right here. So the palette right here has a whole bunch of blushes, two highlights, and then there are some bronzer shades or blush toppers, I guess, depending on what you want to use them for. I do want to use some Sunny Honey on this big brush. It has somewhat of a satin finish, so I feel like it might be a good bronzer. It's a little warm, but I'm not mad at it. By the way, this palette smells delicious. It smells like some kind of chocolate. Okay, the highlights in this palette are a little bit odd. They have like a, do you see how they like shift? I don't know if I necessarily want that for this look, so I don't think I'm going to be using the highlights in the palette, but I think I'm going to be using the blush. I'm going to go into the shade Pink Sand right here. So I'm pretty sure that the shade Sunny Honey is a blush and I used it as a bronzer. But you know what? It says it's a face palette, so I don't care. I'm going to use it however I want to. So now let's go into the Carli Bybel palette and I'm going to use that to highlight. So I think I'm going to dip into the second shade right here. Okay, so that highlight shade was a smidge too dark on me. You can't tell on camera, but I have like a gray shadow in person. And that typically happens to me when the highlight is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to see if I can mix this lighter shade right here. That did not work. Alright guys, Ara woke up, so I'm sorry if you hear any noise in the background. That is her. She is right next to me trying to grab all the makeup. On camera, the highlight looks so bomb. In person, it does not. I'm doing my best to try and blend this out, but it looks... The highlight was basically too dark for me. It's stunning. It looks gorgeous, but the shade was just too dark for me. It didn't work for my skin tone. I don't know. I guess I'm going to take that first shade to highlight my nose. I feel like this video is a hot mess. So for lips, I have 4 different lip products. So I think I'm just gonna go with the Kat Von D shade just because it is a nude, it's more neutral, and I don't really have a new lip liner, so I'm just gonna wing it and do it on its own. The lipstick is amazing. I love the formula. It smells like delicious sugar cookies. I love this nude shade. Like, it is like a mauve nude, but it doesn't have too much purple in it, and it kind of has like this like grayish undertone. I don't know. I'm obsessed with it, and it smells so freaking good. So I'm gonna put some setting spray, and we are done. So, all right, guys, this is the final look. I feel like this video was all over the place. A lot of things kind of went wrong, but I like the look that I came up with. It's pretty cool, and it's something different. Super good for a night out in the summer. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling myself, and my eyes look really like light. It does bring out the green in my eyes, so I really like the look I came up with. Most of the products I really liked. The foundation is actually bomb. It's not sinking into any of my fine lines. I didn't set it, and it looks really good. The eyeshadow palette is so good. The mattes, all the colors blended beautifully, and this metallic shade is everything. The concealer I really liked as well. It worked great as an eyeshadow base, and under my eyes it worked really good as well. I really liked the Morphe palette. The contour shade I used was really good. It was very easy to blend, and it worked well for my skin tone, so I really liked it. And the Too Faced blush palette was awesome. I loved the shade that I used for bronzer. It gave me a really nice warm look, and the blush as well, very pigmented, very nice. The eyeliner I didn't really like because I didn't feel like it showed up on my eyes. Maybe another color would be good, but this color specifically, the color Underground, did not work for my eyes. It didn't really show up. I felt like it didn't really do anything. So this I probably won't be reaching for. The brow powder was awesome. I really liked it. It's something that I will definitely incorporate into my more glam routines for sure. I'm more of a pencil brow kind of gal, but this powder is really good, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it's actually really good. So if I really want to take the time with my brows, I will definitely incorporate that into my brow routine. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications to see when I post my next video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.